Whoa. Alrighty. Okay. We back with another one, baby. Oh yeah. It's that time of year, guys. Trade deadline is Tuesday. 4 days away. Yep. And looks like we're starting to get some action. But what's going on, everybody? Crazy Dog back with another Bleacher Report article review for you. Like I said, 4 days away from the trade deadline, and it seems the wheels have begun to turn. Last night, like late last night, after my stream, that's how late it happened, Randy Arozarena got traded to the Mariners. Okay. Earlier today, Austin Hayes. I know, right? Austin Hayes out of nowhere traded to the Phillies for Sir Anthony Dominguez and Christian Pache. So yeah, the hot stove, or the stove, is officially cooking. And who knows, we might even get a trade during this stream. Imagine, right? We get a trade during the stream, especially if it's a Guardians stream. Oh, you already know, if a Guardians trade happens during this stream, I am abandoning the original purpose of this stream, and I'm turning it into a trade reaction stream. Straight up. Like, I'm not going to end this stream. No, I'm just going to change the title, thumbnail, and everything, and just make it a trade reaction. Right? From an article review to a trade reaction. All right, but anyways, we got another Bleacher Report article to look at, and today it's actually a pretty juicy one. As let me make myself a little bit smaller and put myself in the corner to think about what I've done, so we can all read it together. As today's article, the Yankees, of course, and 17 most desperate teams ahead of the MLB trade deadline, from Zachary D. Reimer. As always, shout out to Zach and the other writers for Bleacher Report hooking up this content. I still wish they would post a freaking fan-submitted trade article. It's for fun. Always, especially because when the Yankees were like, well, they are good now. That's what would make it even more fun, because with the Yankees being good, their fans are out here demanding your best player for garbage. Like, give us Jose Ramirez for these meddling A-ballers. Like, 3 low-tier prospects for our garbage. Like, ew, no. Alright, so I did do a little scouting of this article. Obviously, if I'm streaming this article, they are in it. So there's your answer. But first off, we got a little talk, a little article piece here. You can read that, whatever, blah, blah, blah. By the way, the article is in the description, so you guys can read along with me if you want. Let me put on the chat so I can keep track of people who might pop in and give their thoughts. All farm system and prospect rankings are by Bleacher Report's Joel Reiter. Reiter the writer. Awesome. All right. So, first off, we got number 17 and 16, Pittsburgh and the Mets. Now, I assume the lower the ranking, the least desperate the team. So, no surprise, the Pirates and the Mets aren't that desperate. The Pirates, especially. They're not desperate. I mean, they're just starting to get good. Give them a year or two and they'll be really good. Oh, yeah, James Paxton got traded to the Red Sox. I forgot about that. Duh. Thanks for the reminder, Matthew. Do you see in the Austin Hayes? Yes, I did. I did. Yep. All right, so look at that boy right there, man. Look at that. Skeens. Fun fact, when I was in elementary school, someone that worked in the school's office, I think it was elementary or one of my schools I went to, Skeens. No relation. But yeah. Oh, yeah. Paul Skeens is a dog, though. Not gonna lie. We see the Pirates record 52 and 50, third place in the Central. Mets 54 and 48, third in the East, in the NL East. You can read along with it, you know. But they listed some targets. Obviously, for the Pirates, it's pretty clear what they need. Outfield. Tommy Pham, Lane Thomas, Jesse Winker, longtime rival, and Taylor Ward, who I actually heard a rumor that they were interested in the past. I mean, let's take a look and see what they have in their outfield right now, courtesy of Fangraphs. I freaking love this website. I actually discovered Fangraphs from another streamer. I think it's Robbie Hyde. He's a Red Sox fan. Yeah, I was like, yo, what's that website he uses? And I was like, ooh, Fangraphs, that's dope. AJ Puck, yeah, that was the first trade of trade season. That was the first legit trade since Hunter Harvey to the Royals. Yep. Now looking at what Pittsburgh has in the outfield, Reynolds, but he's hopefully all is well with him. Other than that, you have Josh Palacios and Jack Sawinski. So right away, you could use an upgrade. I could see Estevez going to the Mets. Yeah, I would work. That would really work. Mm-hmm. But sheesh, man, I think of the names mentioned, Taylor Ward would go hard in Pittsburgh. I would say Taylor Ward or Tom Pham wouldn't be horrible for them, but he has a bit of an attitude, I guess. Yeah. I'd probably go with Lane Thomas or Ward. Pinker wouldn't be the worst, but I think Ward would really fit like a glove over there in Pittsburgh. All right. I think of the three outfield positions, I think right field might be the weakest with Josh Palacios. Yeah. All right. So yeah, when it comes to the Mets, they need bullpen. Bad. Tanner Scott, Carlos Estevez, Kyle Finnegan, and Chad Green. I know Yankees fans, they would love a reunion with Chad Green. He's actually been solid for the Blue Jays. But let's see what the Metro coming out of nowhere, and then Tyler Anderson. Yeah, I think just like I said, just keep the reunions coming for Boston. Why not? Number 13, Minnesota Twins, and number 12, St. Louis Cardinals. Twins second in the Central with a 56 and 45 record. Cardinals 53 and 49. They're second in the NL Central. Surprisingly, wow. For the Twins, Jack Flaherty, Yusei Kikuchi, Michael Lorenzen, and Frankie Montas. Cardinals, Evaldi, Anderson, Zach Eflin, and Eric Fetty. So both teams need a starter. For the Twins, I'll say Frankie Montas makes sense. They have this thing where the Twins love to get pitchers that have pitched for Oakland and some other stuff too, I guess. Keep it going, Frankie Montas, right? There's like a trend I think that's been going on with like the Reds, the A's and another team or whatever. Keep it going. Keep it going, right? Twins get Frankie Montas. Guardians get Yusei Kikuchi. And yeah, we battle to the death. We battle to the death. Cardinals, I could see them getting Zach Eflin or Anderson. Yeah. I'll say Anderson for the Cardinals, I think. Or Fetty. Any of those names could work. Number 11, Arizona Diamondbacks. Number 10, San Diego Padres. Diamondbacks 53 and 50 in the NL West. They're third. Padres are second, just 2 games ahead of the D-backs in the win column. For the D-backs, it's Scott Estevez, Finnegan, and Green. For the Padres, Garrett Crochet, the big-time target, Evaldi, Eflin, and Fetty. Now, here's the kicker with Crochet. Apparently, he wants an extension to play in the playoffs. It's like, if you want me to play in the playoffs, you got to extend me. Yeah. Interesting. Okay. If I had to pick of these groups for the D-backs, I mean, they already got AJ Pluck. I think they doubled down and they get Finnegan. Or Scott. I'll say Finnegan. Yeah. Diamondbacks get Finnegan. And then Padres, I think they will end up with, depending on how Preller wants to do it, I'll say Fetty. I think they double dip from that White Sox fountain and they get Eric Fetty. Because they saw how good they had it with Cease. So they're like, you know what? Or they could do that again with Crochet. Regardless, I think they're going to double dip from the White Sox fountain. I think they go Fetty. They're going on a little dip. A little dip. All right, here we go. Number 9, Cleveland Guardians, and number 8, Milwaukee Brewers. Guardians, first in the AL Central at 20 games over 500, despite the fact we have been playing like absolute donkey butt the last month. Like straight up smelly donkey butt. That's how we've been playing. Like us? Yes. Yes, exactly. Brewers 59-43, first in the NL Central. You think Eflin goes to the Guards? Royals need an outfielder like a Taylor Ward or Winker. Yeah. All right, let's see what they have listed. For the Guardians, Flaherty, Kikuchi, Lorenzen, and Montas. For the Brewers, those same guys mentioned before, plus Rooker, Pham, Thomas, Winker, Ward. Matthew pretty much put the words in my mouth. For me, I'll take any one of those 4. Flaherty would be awesome because we face him on Monday. And how funny would it be if the Tigers came to town and a few hours before he's supposed to take the mound for the Tigers, we acquire him, or even do it now, trade for him now, so then by the time we play the Tigers on Monday, he's pitching for us. You know, a little Uno reverse card. Like I said earlier, that'd be like taking someone's firearm and turning it on them. Yeah. But Kikuchi would be great. No, another lefty arm. Lorenzen, that would be cool. Montas would be the typical Dolan cheap option. You know, the guy that you could probably get for like a minimum return. Like, you could only have to probably give up like a middle tier prospect at most for him, I think. But if I had to go with anybody, I'm thinking Kikuchi. Yeah, I think Kikuchi would work well, but Flaherty would be awesome. For the Brewers, Lane Thomas, Jesse Winker, definitely one of those 2. Maybe Tommy Pham. I'll say Thomas or Winker. Number 7, Philadelphia Phillies, 64-38 in the NL East. Center field targets, Luis Robert Jr., Jazz Chisholm, J.J. Bleday. Where'd that name come from? Starting pitching, Crochet, Flaherty, Evaldi, Skubal. No, really, bruh. Yeah, Randy's gone, Derpy. He went last night. I know. Man. Of those targets in center field, Luis Robert. And then in starting pitching, I'll say, Flaherty. Because why not? Or Evaldi. Yeah. I'll say if they go center field, Luis Robert. Starting pitcher, I'll say Evaldi. Yeah. Next, we have Atlanta. I like how they still don't even put the Braves. They just put Atlanta. 54-47, NL East. Outfield, same names. Robert, Bleday, Rooker, Ward. Starting pitcher targets Kikuchi, Lorenz, and Montas. I think they might even double down on outfield because Laureano stinks. So I'll say Blade and Rooker. I think they double dip in Oakland. They say, hey, you two just take the same flight out here. You two leave together. Come over here. Yeah, because they're so desperate. They could definitely use it. And then starting pitcher, Montas. Yep, Montas. Seattle Mariners, they already got Randy Arozarena last night. They're 53 and 51, second in the West. They are viewed as the fifth most desperate team. Vlad Guerrero Jr., Paredes, and Yandy at first base. And then Rooker, Peterson, Turner at DH. I think Yandy Diaz would go hard there. Vlad is not happening. Isak would be interesting, but I think they go Yandy for first base and DH. I'll say Justin Turner. Yeah, I'll say Justin Turner. He's an on base machine. Baltimore Orioles at 4. 61 and 41, first in the East. I don't really know if they're that desperate, though. They're just getting started. Starting pitching, Scuba, Crochet, Flaherty, Evaldi, Tyone. Relievers, Mason Miller, Scott, Pete Fairbanks. They already have Kimbrel. Ooh, I'll say Tyone for starting pitching. And relievers, Tanner Scott. Yeah, I'll say Tanner Scott. Or Fairbanks, but I think Scott. Yeah. Number 3, the Dodgers. 62 and 42, first in the NL West. Outfield, Robert Chisholm Blade. Starting pitching, Screwball Crochet Flaherty. Relievers, Miller, Scott, and Fairbanks. You think Rooker goes to the Braves? That might happen. Outfielders, I'll say they get Jazz. What, you like Jazz? You like Jazz, yes. They go Jazz and outfield. Starting pitching, I'll say they get Crochet. Yep. Then they give him a fat ass contract extension. And then relievers, I'll say Fairbanks. Yeah, they get Fairbanks. Number 2, Houston Astros. 53 and 49, first in the AL West. People had them down and out in like June, and look at that. They make people look stupid, as always. Oh, look at these. First base, Guerrero, Paredes, Diaz. Starting pitching, Evaldi, Anderson, Eflin, Tyone. First base, I'll say Vlad or Paredes. Yeah. I'll say Paredes for the Astros. Yeah, Paredes. Starting pitching, I'll say Eflin. Yeah. I think they go Eflin. And number 1, nobody's surprised, New York Yankees. 60 and 44, second in the AL East. Impact bet, most of the same names except Jonathan India and Luis Rengifo, because they need infielders. Starting pitching, it's the same names: Scuba, Crochet, Flaherty, Tyone. Relievers, Miller, Scott, Fairbanks, and Estevez. I think one name from each group. Impact bet, they might even try to go double down. I'll say Jonathan India or Rengifo. Starting pitcher, Tyone. Or Screwball, but Tyone. And then relievers, because I think they double down again, Scott and or Estevez. All right. Ooh, hello. Oh, I think I looked at this one yesterday, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Okay, I already went over this one. All right. Thought it looked familiar. All right. Okay, so that is going to wrap this up, guys. And yeah, trade deadline is officially upon us. Shout out to everybody who came through in the chat. Matthew, Derpy, Seth. Shout out to y'all. And of course, I'll be live tonight for Phillies and Guardians. And we will see if the Guardians make any trades, which I'm sure they will. They kind of have to. Robert goes to the Dodgers. If he gets moved, that could happen. That could happen. Like, realistically. All right. Rays. Oh, here we go. How about this from Bleacher Report walk-off from Mark Feinsand? Rays expected to listen on deals for Yandy Diaz. Potential trade partners: Astros, Mariners, and the Pirates. Mm, okay. Uh-huh. Yes, sir. Wow. Okay. Love this time of year. I both love it and hate it. Ooh, how about Robert Murray? What's he hearing? Probably nothing for us. Never anything about the Guardians. No. It's like, yo, do the Guardians even exist? Like, do they even try to, like, I mean, they're notoriously tight-lipped, so I don't think anything would even come out about us, even if we were doing something. Let's see what they're talking about. I did see something earlier. I did see something earlier about Reed Detmers. I guess the Guardians were talking about Reed Detmers. That'd be good pitching depth. But of course, they'd go for someone like that. He's got potential. But we need more than just him. All right, let's see. Braves, Cardinals interested in Zach Eflin. Okay. Mm-hmm. Um. Anything else? Derpity derp. Okay. Yeah, Yandy Diaz, of course. No movement on Mason Miller. Of course, he's injured now. Blue Jays might not be selling. Well, they're not going to get rid of Vlad or Bo. I see a Kiner Falefa? No, that's not happening. That's not happening. Nobody wants that loser. White Sox and Garrett Crochet. Don't really care about that garbage. Brewers and Garrett Mitchell. Oh, God. Nobody cares about that guy. What are we talking about here? Okay, yeah. Whole lot of nothing. All right, I think we're about ready to wrap this up. Yeah, I think we're ready to wrap this sucker up. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. Reed Detmers. Hmm. Crochet school, but unlikely to be moved. Huh. Huh. Vladdy Jr. to the Padres would be cool. He's not going anywhere. I'll be I'll be like wholeheartedly shocked if they actually trade him. Wow. Here's a depressing thought from a Rays fan. Randy Arozarena traded on Randyland night. Brett Phillips traded one day after his Devil Rays basketball jersey giveaway. And then Wander Franco. Placed on admin leave same day as a snapback giveaway for fans 14 and under. Talk about fumbling away the bag. Dude he couldn't get away from the minors, man. Come on. Wow, that's wrong. Why do these dudes mess with kids, bro? I don't understand it. Like, you are a superstar, generational type baseball player. And you're out here messing with kids? Man. Of course. He deserves whatever punishment he gets. Obviously. He's going to be in the clink for a long time. His career began and ended just like that. Flick of a wrist. Snap of a finger. Boom. You're done. Put him in the brig. All right. Yeah, that's enough, guys. I am out of here. I'm going to sit back here and wait for something to happen, because we all know nothing's going to happen. I swear, if I am sitting here on Tuesday, 6:30 p.m., and nothing happens, I might have officially lost all faith in this front office to actually want this team to compete. Like, it's like, bro, this team has holes to fill. Like, they're not actually going to go into the stretch run with a makeshift rotation, right? Their big acquisition is Matthew Boyd. Ooh, Matthew Boyd coming off Tommy John. Ooh. Like, last year I understood, right? Last year I understood why they didn't do anything. They were mid. They weren't going anywhere. Although them selling off Josh Bell and Ahmed. I mean, I can understand Ahmed, but Josh Bell, interesting. And then it was to the point where they had to call in the front office executives into Houston, into the locker room. They brought them down they brought them down to Houston to essentially put out any fires in the clubhouse, because as you can imagine, the players were kind of pissed. Like, hey man, we're still in the running. Why are you trading people away? You should be trading for people, man. What the heck? Come on, what are we doing here? God. They do it again, man. I mean, I don't know what's gonna happen. But yeah, we'll see if anything happens over the next 4 days. If the Guardians do anything, you already know I'll be here, like always. But yeah, it's pretty clear now. The trade winds have begun blowing. The trade wheel has begun turning. You know, they're active now. We'll see who's next. As mentioned earlier, AJ Puck yesterday to the D-backs. I think that happened right before my Angels A's stream. And then afterwards, Randy Arozarena got dealt to the Mariners. And then today, so far, we've seen Austin Hayes to the Phillies for Seranthony Dominguez and Christian Pache. I don't think a lot of the big names are going to get dealt, but I could see some guys getting moved. So tomorrow I'm probably going to have another tier list stream, going through some trade targets again, kind of revised my list a little bit, adjusted it just a tad, and yeah, we'll see what happens. So with that being said, I'll be live tonight for Guardians and Phillies. Hope to see you guys there. And let's not embarrass ourselves. Okay? All right. With that being said, I'm Crazy Dog. Let's go Guardians. And I'm out. See you guys tonight. Bye-bye. Yeah.